If you were born on the 6th, the 15th, the 24th, or if you have Lifepath 33 or Lifepath 6, your life will be a reflection of your loyalty. Your loyalty will either be your greatest strength as a 6, or it'll be your greatest weakness. It'll be your Achilles heel, because there is no number that is more devoted or loyal to a cause or to a person than a 6 is. When a 6 develops an emotional attachment to something, they will pour their all into that thing. Because 6 is the number of the parent. And there is nobody in society that is more devoted than a parent, or that has to be more devoted than a parent. Being a parent requires you to be extremely devoted, but there's a lot of parents that are not, but that's besides the point. But nevertheless, because the number 6 is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of attraction, 6s will naturally attract easily what they focus on. And so when a 6 focuses on something long enough, because 6 is the number of love, and love is attachment, and love is bondage, and love is devotion, eventually they're going to formulate an emotional attachment to this thing that they've been focusing on. Then once they formulate an emotional attachment to it, then they're going to feel responsible for it. And because 6 is the number of responsibility, once that responsibility activates, that 6 is going to have a relentless level of loyalty and devotion to that thing. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a career. It could be an idea. It could be an ideal. It could be a relationship. It could be anything. But once that emotional attachment is established, the 6 is going to feel like a slave to that thing. And they're not going to stop working towards that thing and giving everything they have to have to that thing until there's nothing else left. And so Ray Lewis, who was born on the 15th and at Lifepath 33, a lot of people ask him, like, man, do you miss playing football? And he said, no, I don't miss football, because I gave the sport everything that I had. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was born on the 6th. He gave the sport everything that he had, and that's why he became the greatest boxer of all time. He gave everything that he had. Same thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, Lifepath 6. He gave his music career everything that he had. Same thing with Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was born on the 15th. He poured all of his energy into his dream. Same thing with Bob Marley, who was born on the 6th. He did the same thing. He poured everything he had into his music career. Same thing with Napoleon. Napoleon was born until the 15th. He wanted to conquer the entire world, and so he poured every ounce of energy he had into that thing. Same thing with the famous writer Nietzsche, the famous German writer. He had a psychic 6 and a Lifepath 6. What separated him from everybody else was the fact that he was in love with what he was doing, or he was emotionally attached to what he was doing. And so as a 6, once you formulate an emotional attachment to that thing, you're going to be bound to that thing. And that thing is going to consume a huge portion of your life. And so as a 6, if you develop an emotional attachment to people or things that don't serve you, your life is going to be very chaotic and very draining and very destructive. But if you learn the art of detachment and you only focus on the things that do serve you and the things that you actually care about, then you will attach yourself to those things, and those things will be perfected. And so as a 6, be careful and pay close attention to what you focus on in your life. Because what you focus on, eventually you're going to become responsible for that thing. And when a 6 feels responsible to something, they're going to give everything that they have to that thing. And you don't want to give everything that you have to a cause or to a relationship that doesn't pour back into you. And so as a 6, be very, very mindful of what you allow into your mind, and develop a very clear idea of what you want out of life. Because your main thought will consume your entire reality as a 6. To book a reading or to access my numerology book, go to my website, isaiah47.net, and you can also find that in the link in my profile bio. But have a great rest of your day.